Well, anyways, this is episode 65 of ABC. Happy Father's Day. Not to us, because we're not fathers, thank God. Um, but it is Father's Day, so if you didn't tell your dad Happy Father's Day, you're a piece of shit. Or unless they're a piece of shit, then, whatever.
Or they're not alive.
That too. But you can still, say Happy Father's Day to someone, I don't know.
To someone. Just randomly go up to somebody and be like, my dad's dead. Happy Father's Day to you, though.
Here, have some flowers and a steak.
Be my surrogate father.
What is this, Gundam? Oh, wait, you haven't got to that far yet.
Not
Never mind.
yet.
That'll happen later. A lot of times.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but anyways, episode 65. It's me, Brandon, and
Also, your boy Nick.
And Alex is still not here.
It's true.
For reasons unknown now, because he's had his computer fixed for about a week now. So, about 2 weeks
But
now.
as we will get to, we did find out today we can do the two-person Sarah.
We can. All right, but we'll
get
save
to
that for later.
though.
Oh fuck! When we start this, there we go.
We start with
Dororo.
Dororo.
I
I had to reference my list of. I wrote down in episode 1 the order we did things in on a piece of paper. Literally, the only thing that's written on that piece of paper is the 4 shows in order.
Well, I mean that's really all we need. I mean, we
It
can
really
make shit
is.
up after that.
I mean, after the last season, where I feel like every week we did things in a different order, I was like, this season we're gonna do them in one order. So I wrote down the order. But thankfully, I think you also have the order written down, so we haven't fucked it up yet.
No, I don't.
Oh, do you not?
In fact, like for ideas for what I'm gonna have the posters be, it's in completely like fucked up order. I've got like Sarazama first, and then Dororo, and then Fruits Basket, and then Demon Slayer.
Oh
I
my
couldn't
God.
even be like forced to. I couldn't even be like just put them in the right order.
You are the worst editor.
Well, this is just a list. This is an unordered list. I never said it was ordered. Here, I'll put
Alright.
numbers next to them so I know which ones go first and which ones go.
That's only gonna make your
whatever.
list worse.
There we go. Now it's 2, 1, 4, 3. There we go.
Yep, that's pretty much what I expected.
But anyways,
All right,
Dororo. What can we say about this? There's not enough Hyakkimaru. Also, there's not enough Shogun Hyakkimaru because it didn't fucking happen.
I mean, not very much happened, but at the same time, like, I understand why there wasn't a lot of Hyakkimaru.
Well, because he's out killing a bunch of people right now.
Yeah, he can only kill so many random faceless civilians before it just gets boring.
But he can also burn a village, which he also does.
He also
Well, he
does.
burns part of a village, or yeah.
He
part of a
fire
village.
tornadoes a village.
Yes, because he's now riding Rapidash. And he's just going around killing a bunch of
He's
people.
riding angsty Rapidash.
Mega Rapidash, sir.
Okay, that's a good way to
It's
describe
part
it.
fairy,
Yeah.
so that's what makes the fire yellow.
Okay.
But yeah. Intercut throughout this episode, we have Dororo, or Hyakkimaru, on Rapidash, just murdering countless soldiers. Because this man's angry and he wants his fucking body back.
Yeah.
The meat of the
Clearly he
story...
wants his Dororo back. The
Dororo,
body thing
yes.
is the end.
Yes. The meat of the story, though, is Tohomaru, his brother, trying to go find Dororo, or Hyakkimaru. God damn it.
Wow, figure
We're off
all
to
of
a
your shit out.
fucking start, aren't we?
Yeah.
He's off to go
You're
try
on,
to find
you're off to a
Hyakkimaru.
champion tier start with these people's names right
Man,
now.
fuck whatever. I know Hyogo's name because he's the big one.
I don't remember
know
his
his
sister's name, I'll be
Yeah, I don't know his
honest.
sister, but it's confirmed he does have a sister. She is a woman.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure the subs did say that she was a he though,
I think
which
you're right.
confused me
Yeah.
because they may have used like a gender neutral term earlier.
And
Well,
then
I don't
the
And it's
translator
just-
may have just assumed.
Yeah, because it's not really confirmed up until this episode where
Yeah.
he just says, "I have a sister. The sister over there that's dying."
And seeing as how, like, this show is completely, original at this point, I'm pretty sure we couldn't even look at the source material and be like, what was Hyogo's, sibling in the source material? Because I doubt Hyogo and the sister even existed in the source material.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very possible like the first actual manga was just Dora and Hyakkimaru just running around doing shit and fucking up demons, and literally that's all. But anyways, Hyakkimaru finally in his state of basically being broken where
Hmm.
half his eye just doesn't fucking work anymore. Hyogo doesn't have an arm, and Hyogo's sister, who I really should know the name of but don't, is also missing an arm. It also has some weird skin thing going on. I don't know what it is. Might be staph infection. Who knows? There's some crazy shit that happened in Japan. But she's
Yeah.
dying, and she's not
She's
in a
got
good
some. She's got
place.
like the scarlet fever type thing or something.
She's struggle busting for sure.
Yeah.
And Doro is also now imprisoned.
Yes. At the very beginning, he's in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately gets out.
Immediately gets out because the mom just Hyakumaru's mom just comes in and says, "You can go now." And
Well,
they
it's not
go.
like you can go now. It's hey, let's get the fuck out, dude.
Well, no, because she does want him or her to go first. Oh, it's only up
Yeah.
until like the end where she decides she wants to go with Doro.
Yeah, but she does come with the whole way
Yes.
up until the split point. She's acting as a guide, and then after the split point, she comes with as an escapee, I guess.
Yes. Because I mean, why the fuck not? Oh, right, because she wants to see Hyakumaru again and not
Yeah.
have him become a fucking demon. But it's too
Yeah,
late.
she wants to be a good mom for the first time, like fucking forever.
Well, she did try to like kill herself to like save him. So there's that.
That's a kind of a shit, like fucking, prize to win at the end of all this bullshit that is Hyakumaru's life.
Yeah.
I
A for
acknowledge
effort.
that you struggle bus, and I'm not going to do anything to fix it, but I'll kill myself in sympathy.
Well, no, because she wanted the demon to take her instead.
Yeah, but as we saw in this episode, demons aren't real too keen on this whole, like, I'll take the place of.
Kind of, because the Hyogo, the sister, and Tohomaru, like they do get some of the parts that Hyakumaru was supposed to have.
Right, but only in return for give me that
yeah.
body.
Very true. But we're skipping ahead a little bit. Yeah, Doro and Mom have a little adventure where they escape. They go through a cavern and finally go to the like little river stream thing that Doro or that Hyakumaru had been placed on his baby. They somehow find a ship or a little boat, kind of just manifests. I guess there's just boats tethered there. I guess I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe she
in the
had
middle
one
of
set
the
up.
swamp.
Yeah. Anyways, they find a boat, and they go down the stream. They hit some rough water. They crash, and then they end up at this smaller village with old man Japanese stick over there to take care of them.
Yeah.
Doro tries to go find the mom, and the mom is helping out the lepers basically. All the people that can't just do anything
Yeah.
because they just have terrible diseases and other shit like that. So she's helping them out, and then Doro and the mom both basically say, "Let's go find Hyakumaru so he doesn't like fuck everything up." Because they have a pretty good idea that whatever's fucking up the soldiers out away from the war is probably Hyakumaru,
Yeah.
and that's where we
They
kind
call it a demon, and Doro has that feeling of like, feel like I know what this demon is gonna
Yeah.
be, and I'm not gonna like it.
So they go off and in search of Hyakumaru, and then we kind of backward a little bit. Tohomaru. Meanwhile, yeah, Tohomaru is looking after his vassals, his sick vassals, and to make sure that they're getting healthy. He kind of confides in the sister that she didn't have to do all that. She could just relaxed and waited until her whatever she had going on was fixed, and she's like, yeah, whatever. And then she fucking dips out in the dead night.
Yeah. For
go.
reasons unknown, the sister just kind of bails.
No, she kind of no, because she wants to do like the whole body trading thing with the demon.
Yeah, but like, did she really have to though?
She wanted to. That was the reason.
Okay. It seemed very like bizarre as like this whole, I'm dying of the consumption and have no arm, but I'm gonna go sacrifice myself to the demon now.
Well,
Okay, thanks, bye.
I feel like a better way to I think a better way I think they could have set it up was basically her thinking more about she's gonna die. She wants to do something before she dies, which is do the wise
Okay,
thing,
yeah.
because she's gonna die anyways.
Good point. You're right. You're right.
But like yeah, they didn't really touch on it enough, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I think was their intention.
Yeah, I
was for
didn't
her.
think of the I'm gonna die anyways. I may as well go out swinging thing.
Yeah,
That
But
makes sense.
Is she really gonna die though? Because she just gonna have a rash.
I mean, she's got some
And a fever,
unnamed,
too.
fucked up looking disease, and yeah, the Japanese, I don't know, 1000, 1100s, like, the prognosis is probably not good for her chance to survive, is my guess.
You have a rash, ma'am. You're gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, like what the fucking influenza was like a huge problem back in the day.
Oh yeah, that flu.
It was like, oh, you got the flu? You are fucked.
Same thing with
Have
the
fun.
Spanish influenza, one of the biggest plagues ever.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, exactly. So she goes off and decides to do the body trading thing at the Hall of Hell, which, by the way, a wonderful name that monks should give any fucking temple.
Absolutely.
Tohomaru and the brother Hyogo find this out, so they go off and try to go find her so that she like doesn't do it. They find her at the Hall of Hell. They all kind of group together, and he says, this probably isn't gonna work. And the sister's like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna keep trying anyway. And then the demon tells her it's not gonna work. Just I will lend you these arms and these eyes if you go take my body back, the body that I think is mine.
Confirming that the demon did steal some eyes and some arms from Hyakkimaru, as I predicted earlier.
Boom. He wins the Nick wins the award for predictions.
Yeah, I do.
So Hyakkimaru and his posse go over to go find Doro. They find that he basically destroyed an entire fucking platoon, and then the fight slowly begins, where Hyakkimaru basically screams, "Those are mine. Give them back," and then they go and fight. Yeah. Also, Hyakkimaru has 3 eyeballs.
Tohomaru
has 3 eyeballs.
Yeah, he does.
It's fucking rad.
And one of them, the first one to open was the one in the middle of the forehead, which really was weird to me.
He's giving off. He gave me some fucking Hiei vibes.
He did kinda.
But the eye had to be a little bit more like centered.
So like, we saw Tohomaru in season 1 with the scar, and we were waiting for so long for him to get the scar. And then when he got the scar, we had like all of season 2 where we expected things to happen, and nothing happened for so long. And then we had the fight last time where he gets a second cut on the eye. And I'm really starting to wonder, like, did they just put in like 8 episodes of filler and be like, so we really wanted this section to come right after that other section, but we had 24 episodes, so we were gonna use them all.
I think the pacing was supposed to always be like, there are some episodes where Hyakkimaru deals with the Tohomaru shit and his body, and the other episodes where he kind of just goes around Monster Week type style. I feel like this show may have worked a lot better if it stuck more to a plot-based kind of pacing instead of a weekly Monster of the Week type thing. Like I guess either go one or the other, or like lean more on the plot stuff than the Monster of the Week thing.
Yeah.
Because the plot is like really cool and interesting, and they just didn't flesh it out as much as I wish they had.
And like the whole like mom's pseudo sacrifice in the midpoint is now like I feel like there was so much was leading up to that it like basically flatlined to delay it until now, where it's gonna pick up and resume like the same storylines. Like I full on expect Tohomaru will die, Hyakkimaru will get the eyeballs, and he'll see his mom die. Like the thing that you predicted half a season ago is gonna come true. They just put it off by like 10 episodes.
Yeah, maybe like if it was building up to them meeting towards at the very end. I don't know. I guess I don't think they wanted to do that because then people would have gotten bored. I feel like they were thinking, but the way they split it up just made it kind of it just made it feel weird.
Yeah.
I'm not
and
sure.
Like I feel like it flowed better like if the stuff happening now and the stuff happening at the midpoint had all like kind of ramped up together, and then like they could have done something with Daigo now rather than having like Tohomaru Part 1, Tohomaru Part 2 now, leading immediately into the Daigo thing. Like if we'd gone Tohomaru, Monster of the Week for a little bit, Daigo thing, like that's like a natural like ramp, like double ramp of like a really interesting fight with your brother, the come down of like I just killed my family into like I have to fight my father now.
Yeah, possibly that possibly worked better. What may have worked better.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, especially with the double eyeball thing now, or the double like he got a scar and now he gets another scar just so he can resume the fight. Like it just really felt like they had to give a reason why he has a second eyeball scar just because they delayed this fight by so long. That's just me.
I feel like you're reading into the eyeball thing a little too much, but I guess
Mhm.
that's indicative of like the bigger issue, which is like there is part one, and then just part two happens. Like just, part two happens really quickly into the rest of the stuff without
Yeah,
much of a breath.
exactly.
It's a
That's
symbol. It's
more than anything what
symbolism.
it. Yeah. I mean, really, that's what I'm expecting
Yeah.
is like it has to mean something. The eyeball thing. But yeah, I'm probably just going crazy realistically.
But yeah, like I don't know. I feel like this is a very difficult issue to like fix or avoid, especially when your show is kind of structured this way.
Yeah, no doubt.
Um, but I really hope there's some really cool fight scenes next episode because there was some really cool fight scenes last episode, and I hope they
Mhm.
continue.
Especially now that he has fucking Rapidash.
I feel like
Hope they work that in
Rapidash.
there in a meaningful way.
Uh, is Toromaru on a horse right now?
Yes.
Oh well, yeah, then it could be interesting. I feel like
All of them are on horses.
it's gonna be like a horse fight the first half, and then there somehow something's gonna happen to the horses, and then they're just gonna fight foot to foot.
I
Uh,
think you watch too much Gundam.
okay, realistically, that's what's gonna happen. I think they're gonna use the horses a little bit, and they're gonna lose the horses.
Our Gundams are fucked up. Now we must get out of our Gundams and fist fight.
Well, no, it's first. Yes, Gundams get fucked up, go fist fight, then they get back into the Gundams, and then they fight again with the fucked
Okay.
up Gundams.
With the fucked up Gundams.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot that very critical last, fucked up Gundam fight part, but everything else we're on pace for the Gundam style fight in this show.
Yes, where they just like get rid of their power ups and they just kind of slap each other around for a little bit.
Right.
But there we are. That's Dora for now. We have like what 3 episodes left, I think.
I believe so.
Two.
We're on 22, so maybe 2. 'Cause I think it's 24, but I might be
Okay.
wrong.
Possibly, yeah.
Uh, Also, when he defeats Hyogo and his sister, whose name we don't know, we may finally see Hyakamaru get his arms back and have to use that sword he's been carrying around.
Well, he used that sword when he had
Did
like
he?
when he had the fake arms. He would actually pull it out and use it.
Oh, I don't remember that anymore.
That was like in the first episode. He
Oh,
uses
okay.
it very sparingly because right now,
Okay.
right now he can't because his arms are all fucked up.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but he's been carrying it around for so damn long. I'm excited for him to finally whip out that sword and actually use it.
so would it be a disadvantage or an advantage if he recovered his arms?
That is an interesting point. It's probably going to swing it as an advantage, but it probably should be a disadvantage.
I don't think so. I feel like it's more of a lateral move because he already knows how to use weapons with like arms.
But he's so used to the two sword
That's
style
true.
fighting
Yes.
that one sword is a very different sword style.
Oh, I think he has two swords though.
Oh, does he have two swords?
I think
If
so.
he uses two swords, I think you're right.
Yeah, he has. I think he has two
I only
swords.
I only remember the one long one.
I think he has like a long one and a shorter one.
Yeah. If he has the classical long one, short one, then maybe he'll go with the two swords still, and he'll still be lateral, pretty good style, pretty good overall.
It would give him more reach.
It's true, it would. Um, yeah, especially because his sword arms are limited by his normal arm
His
length.
wingspan,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Unless there's some really long blades, but that would get annoying.
they're actually retractable.
Oh, ow!
Go gadget sword arm.
It's a rocket arm.
Yeah,
Well,
that would be the best.
that would be the best, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think the manufacturer had that in mind when he was building it.
Yeah, I'm sad that his surrogate father didn't manufacture medieval go gadget arms.
Which he was in this episode today. He's probably gonna go off to basically the resulting what would you call it? The consequences of the shit that Hyakamaru did. He's gonna see all that. And he's gonna
Oh,
he's
yeah.
he's gonna just be fixing all that shit. He's like, damn, I'm actually a bad father.
Wow, teaching my small child how to murder things was not a good parenting idea. Interesting.
But so far, that's all of Doro. Uh, we will continue to watch it until it ends in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, however long we have.
Yeah,
Boom, boom, boom,
especially
boom,
because
boom.
at this point it's not worth giving up a show.
I mean, at this point, I wouldn't want to give it up either.
No.
Like, I want to know what happens. I want to see the
Yeah.
end.
I don't think it's doing so badly that it's worth stopping.
Yep.
Especially because it's ramping up into the finale, which should hopefully be really good.
Get that slap shit. Get that slap fight against Daigo.
We have not seen Daigo fight yet.
We haven't. He's a much more subtle, not subtle. He's like a side background villain at this point. Dohamaru really has been the main antagonist
Oh yeah.
for sure.
There was the one time Daigo like showed up on a horse and that was it.
Yeah. Wife, what are you doing? Stop killing yourself.
Yeah. You're embarrassing the family.
Uh. Well. On to Sarah. Sanbai.
Somebody.
Um. We Well, first off, we do get the sequence again, but it is changed
Yeah.
enough.
I think so.
It's changed enough, and it's also not happened regularly enough up to this point where like I actually didn't care that it happened again.
Yeah.
So there's that at least. But they still reuse a bunch of shit. For the most
Kind
part,
of.
reused.
They only
They
really
reuse a
reused
lot.
the dance sequence.
Yes. Um.
And
But
I guess
that's-
the water tunnel, but it's
Yeah.
different people in the water tunnel, so I mean, six of one, half dozen of another, maybe, but I don't know.
But yeah, that's towards the end there. With this episode, we get the converging of Enta's storyline where he's dying, and Leo slash Mabu's thing where
Uh-huh.
he wants to be together.
Yeah.
Finally converging because they both need the dishes of hope. One team has one, the other team has four. 1 plus 4 makes 5, and they need 5. Boom.
Yes.
Math.
Math.
I can do it.
For some reason, well, we'll get into that later. But Leo rolls up at pretty much the beginning of the episode and just picks them up out of the Kappa hallway or whatever you want to call it,
Yes.
where he just kind of shows up. We also find out that his gun is fucking basically Star Trek level interesting
Yes.
in terms of what it can shoot.
We find out much later on like what it can do, but that we have finally find out why the brother didn't die. It's because I'm pretty sure it wasn't a kill bullet,
Yeah,
which
it
I don't
was
think.
a separate bullet, I guess,
Did I
or maybe a go to sleep
did I
bullet.
say that?
What?
Did I call that? I don't remember if I did.
I don't remember if you did.
Well, anyways,
You may have.
yeah, it fires different types of bullets. It fires actual bullets and special like psychological type bullet things. Also
Right.
lasers.
Also, terrorism bullets.
Yes.
But so he rolls up and traps Kepi inside of a little donut thing,
Yeah.
a cone of shame, basically for Kappas.
A life tube.
Yeah.
Little tubes.
Where we then find out that he is not an otter, and he's also not part of the military. He is
You mean
one
policeman?
of the Kappas.
Yeah. He is a Kappa.
Yeah,
Which I think we kind of get like nods to that earlier in the episodes where he's like eating cucumbers and shit.
I
that
think
happens a
so.
couple
You're
times.
probably right.
For sure, in some of the flashbacks in this episode, we do see him eat a bunch of cucumbers.
Yes. Which makes sense because it's Mabu flashing back to their time as, I guess, Kappa soldiers together.
Yes, whatever they are. Whatever they were back then. Maybe it's just Cap is doing Cap shit. But yeah,
Oh,
we also know that in this little hall, alleyway, otters can't enter it. Even though it's not really otters, it's just an otter who's doing a bunch of shit. But anyways, they got taken away, and they go to the police station, under which is that like huge expanse of like industrial otter, whatever,
right.
stuff that happens, the weird shit,
Yeah.
where they
The grind people up area.
grind people up and turn them into zombies, Kappa zombies.
But when we show up, we find Mabu just hanging out, fucking chilling out in the underground for some reason. and
As one
Leo
does.
basically has a freak out.
Yes. He freaks the
Uh,
fuck out.
he accuses Mabu of being a replicant, and he's like, "I hate you.
He's just a clone.
I'll never love you." At which point the kids are like, "Dad and Dad are arguing. Let's bail."
You're not the real Mabu.
So
You're not
they
my
hoof
dad.
Kepi down the thing in his donut of doom, where he kind of just rolls along, and they both and Enta and Kazuki just kind of run away.
Yes, they run
And
away
the two
in.
cops just sit there, and you're like, "Great, you let him get away."
You fucking idiot. They run away into the like the dark drum area, right? I think there's a drum, like a drum
Yeah,
type
basically.
thing. It's like water suspended in air.
Yeah,
Where they find out it's dark Kepi. It is normal Kepi's like desires and shit that like seeped out and became manifested in this dark Kappa thing.
yeah. And can I say, I absolutely love Dark Kepi. Everything about like this whole section was amazing.
I didn't really feel anything stand out. Oh, why did you like it so much?
It's just like how nonsensical it becomes at this point. Like with Dark Kepi, the fact that for no reason the four dishes of hope are just slapped up against the wall of Dark Kepi's like enclosure. Like everything about this scene makes no fucking sense, but it's awesome.
Ah, okay. I kind of just accepted it, I guess. I don't know. I was like, all right, whatever.
I am coming to love Sarzan my more as it goes on.
Oh, I still like it.
Like nothing makes sense, but it's delightful.
Okay.
And then it gets weirdly intense in the middle.
uh, a little. Just a little.
We'll get there in a moment though.
Yeah, they have their confrontation, where Enta basically becomes enveloped by Dark Kepi, or by an aspect of Dark Kepi, where Dark Kepi is kind of trying to seduce Enta into giving away his dish of hope.
Well, it's the otter, not Dark Kepi.
Yes, you're right.
Because the otter becomes the desire, and it's Enta's desire to be close to Kazuki.
Yes, you are right.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, a dark ball going into something.
Yeah, it was hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure it was the otter.
Yeah, that would make sense, because the Dark Otter has done that before with the Mabu shit.
Yeah.
So Enta's kind of entranced. He tries to, give the Dish of Hope to the other four groupings so that Mabu can use them, or so that Leo can use them. But he wakes up and he breaks the Dish of Hope so that Noah can have it. Because if he's gonna die, then Noah can have what they want.
Right. Because that's the logical sequence of events. Is I've just woken up from this trance. Let me spike my only way to not die.
Yeah, that's a very weird decision.
Like, I was fully anticipating going up to this, we were going to have a confrontation with the darkness, and it was going to produce a gold dish of hope, and so we were going to have 5 silver ones and the gold one for 2 wishes total. Because I also kind of forgot that Toy wanted a dish. We'll get to that at the end.
Yes.
But I thought we were going to satisfy both wishes by dealing with the darkness and getting a gold dish out of it. So when he spiked the dish, I was like, well, there goes that idea.
Yep.
We are fucked. Somebody is not getting what they want today.
Exactly, and that's the point of this fucking show. Fuck all that, 2 people get 2 fucking wishes garbage. No.
Right.
One of you 2 is gonna get really disappointed and or die.
Somebody's gotta die.
Yes. Well, technically, no one had to die if, they played their cards right, but, people still died.
Yeah.
Because, Mabu didn't have to die, but he just wanted, to let Leo know that, he still loved him, which caused his death. And Enta, if he got the wish, he didn't have to die either, but we'll get to that. Kind of. And he doesn't die. But after this, Mabu becomes a dark Kappa, a zombie Kappa, because he basically says, I want what I want. Finally, for the first time in a while, because he's basically been under the control of the Otter. So he becomes a little zombie Kappa, and Leo does the whole sequence thing where he becomes a Kappa, and he goes and fights the zombie Kappa, which everything is essentially the same. Up until the point where we hear the secrets leaking, where Leo finally finds out that Mabu this entire time has been basically as close you can get as being a real Mabu, with the one stipulation that he couldn't express his feelings, because the Otter had implanted a bomb in his heart.
Yeah. And the only way to not have the bomb trigger is he has to reject his feelings for Leo and basically say that he hates him instead.
Yep.
Which then leads into the creepiest scene where the otter is like, "Give me dat," and he basically says, I forget what he says, but he says some type of food, which I looked up, and it's basically a cream pastry. So he basically says, "Give me that D."
Yep.
So the otter bangs Mabu while, as we find out, Leo watches awkwardly from the door.
Well, he only watches the beginning, and then he runs away.
Only watches the beginning.
Hashtag cucked.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then finally Mabu says, that he actually loves them, and then dies.
Right.
They get transported into a little bridge where
Well, they do the Stars on My thing. They do the Stars on My
Yes.
thing together, where we see Leo's point of view, where he basically it goes through all the different sequences of him saying like, "I can't believe you're a replicant. I hate you. You'll never love me." And then at the end, he has like his, all this time you were the one, like I was the one who didn't understand things. You were the one that loved me this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Mabu says, "It's true. I'll always love you," and then dies.
Boom, he
Because
died.
his dead heart.
Yep. His exploding heart.
Or yeah, his exploding heart. I'm sorry.
It went into smithereens. Then Leo freaks the fuck out. He turns his pistol into laser mode, and then just starts capping the entire fucking city.
Yeah. He shoots wildly, despite the fact that they're about 6 feet apart from each other. Also, last episode, I forgot to bring this up. Dudes were shooting each other with pistols from like 50 feet away and hitting. Now, when they're 6 feet away, Leo can't land a hit on these kids.
He's also very distressed.
It's true.
So that may have played into it.
It probably did, but last episode we established the fucking 50 feet accuracy with pistols, so I was a little bit shocked when, all of a sudden we had stormtrooper accuracy.
But see, that's our boy Toy. Our boy Toy. Like,
our boy Toy.
He's got that gat on lock. He knows what to do with it. As we see in this episode, where he gets down Leo during his rampage, and Leo dies.
First Leo forgets.
Yes, after forgetting Mabu, because that's what happens when you get rid of a Kappa zombie, is people forget that person.
Right, they're ejected from the circle of connections.
And
because connections is a huge thing in this show.
If you couldn't guess already.
Yeah. And so Leo basically breaks down because he doesn't understand why he's so angry and he can't remember what he's fighting for. And then he gets shot. And seeing him like just kneeling there, shot, crying, and not knowing about Mabu anymore was fucking heartbreaking.
Oh, okay.
You did not feel anything in this whole episode, did you?
No, I could understand, but I was like, all right. I saw it. But yeah, he dies.
Reason fucking 5 million. It's hard to do ABC.
What? No, I feel things for some other episodes. But in this particular case, yeah, it was like, it didn't reach me, I guess, as much as it did for you.
All right, well,
Actually,
never mind that whole point. Moving on.
Well, no. Like, your feelings are still very valid. Like, it makes sense.
No, I got that. It's just,
Okay.
like, there's no conversation we can have.
Okay. But yeah, he is basically clearly fucking distressed. He gets shot, and Toy does his best Sasuke impression where he says, "I will now, like, merge with the otter to get what I want," which is to, well, actually, that happens
First they have
later
to
on.
give me that dish.
Yes. Kazuki has the 5 dishes now, and he can wish for Ansem to come, to not die, essentially.
Right.
But Toy wants it in order to bring back his brother from death.
Mm-hmm.
We basically get a moment where we're counting down the moments until Enta dies, and we cut to the ending. There's an after-credits scene like there have been multiple times now, and we find out that Kazuki did wish Enta to live, and that kind of sends Toy into like this dark spiral.
Yeah.
Where he is basically accepting the otter.
Well, it's
Kind of.
sort of a dark spiral. He also gets, otter seduced,
Yes.
but not like full-on seduced. He gets whispered to by his dead brother in the form of the otter, or
The otter in the
by
form of
the
his
otter
brother.
in the form of the dead brother. Thank
Yes.
you. Yeah. To convince him to give up his connection to Kazuki and sort of be consumed by the darkness.
The darkness, yes.
Because at first, Toy was very understanding. Because he basically says, like, I understand, if I was in your position, I wouldn't have given you the dish either.
Also, my brother was kind of a huge dick.
Yeah. Also, in things that made me kind of upset, if you could wish your brother back to life, you could just wait for 5 more dishes of hope and wish him back to life then.
This is also true. But his brother also died, so I guess he's also feeling
Yeah.
distress. Distress is the
I mean, I can understand,
word of
being
this episode.
distressed, but, like, at the same time, unless they establish, like, there's a time limit to how soon you have to, wish in order for somebody to not die,
Or to come back to
somebody
life.
could have gotten resurrected later.
Yeah.
It sucks to be the one who has to get resurrected later, but, like, it's a possibility.
Yeah. Also, like, the whole Mabu thing, like, he could have just died and he could have wished him back to life, too.
Yeah.
I guess, whatever stipulations
Well, the
are for
Mabu
these
thing, he then forgot about him, so I
Oh,
understand
that's true,
that.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he wouldn't have remembered Mabu to resurrect him. And nobody would remember Mabu.
Well, that's only if that whole zombie Kappa thing happened. If Mabu just died earlier, he could have just wished him back to life, because he would have remembered.
It's true.
But anyways, I guess it's just splitting hairs over, the wishes thing.
Yeah.
There might be some weird rules that we don't know.
It's true.
Which I guess they should
There may very well be a time limit thing in terms of how soon after they die they can get rezzed.
Which I guess they should have, like, mentioned it as a thing if they wanted this to kind of be more of a conflict. But,
I agree.
now we're gearing up into, like, the last 2 episodes of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder what'll happen with Toy. And if his brother's actually going to come back to life, or if he's just going to have to, deal with it. Which I think that's what we're heading towards. He just accepts it.
I think so. I hope so. I hope it doesn't end with them having to kill Toy.
Oh, God.
If he goes all Kappa zombie and they have to fucking, eat his ass and make him go away forever, that's going to be kind of depressing as an end.
That would be. Also, what the whole thing is up with the Dark Kepi thing? I'm wondering if that's going to be also a thing.
Yeah. I'm assuming at some point Kepi has to, like, consume Dark Kepi, but who knows?
Yeah. So we still have those couple of questions left to be answered.
Also, there was the whole scene with the younger brother and Sarah.
Oh, yeah, well, they're finally friends now.
Yeah, they were, like, having a conversation about connections and all that, and then the brother breaks the ceramic, Kappa head thing, which felt very symbolic.
It's symbolic of something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what of is the thing yet, but maybe
when does
we'll
it
learn
happen?
more. Happens at the end. It's like the last thing that happens before Toy and Kazuki have their, like, give me the golden dish.
Okay. Well, I don't have enough, like, I guess, time in this minute to, like, just quickly go through the list of what it could mean. So we'll figure it out later.
Fair.
But yeah, there is that, too. And also, once again, 10-year-olds don't talk like that. Or is he 10 years? I don't remember how old he is.
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah, but young kids don't talk like that.
Yeah, no doubt. He was way too, like, jaded about connections and all that in the real world.
Jaded and too articulate.
Yeah.
Young kids are like, I want juice box. And then
Right.
you hand them a juice box and they throw it on the ground. They're like, no! God.
I want other juice box. You're like, bitch, this is the one we got.
I want the one I
take
had
this
last
juice
time.
box.
That is the one you had last time, you fucking idiot.
Brennan has way more experience with young children than I do, if you can't tell, audience, so.
I know, I actually just browse, kids are fucking stupid, and I just like reading those stories.
Well, I mean, you also have younger cousins that live in the area. All my cousins are way the fuck
it's
far
been,
away.
like, years.
Oh,
Well, I
is
guess
it?
even
Okay.
then, like, I guess so. Because, like, yeah, growing up, I guess, around 14, like, I guess you could say that, around when I was 14, I guess you could say they stopped being younger kids, or, like, young kids.
Uh-huh.
So, like, I really haven't had to deal with young kids in, like, years.
Okay.
But, like, I guess it's still more than you had to. Because you are an
Yeah.
only child as well, and I did have a sister for up until
I'm an
this
only
point.
child, and my cousins are only a couple years younger than me.
Yeah. Well, anyways. Yeah, children, Jesus Christ. But that was Sarazanmai. Sarah.
I'm excited for the ending.
Is it going to be depressing? Who knows? I hope it
Probably.
is. Oh, fuck.
The way this is going, I would be surprised if it wasn't.
So, up next is Demon Slayer. And
Yep.
we finally get more info about Pikachu, human Pikachu. Kid's a fucking goon.
He is a
He's a
fucking
he's a fucking
spazoid.
goober.
What he is a fucking nice guy.
He is, isn't he?
And I do not mean that in a good way.
I do like his character design though. It is very interesting. Like I like his hair
It
and
is.
his kimono or whatever you
Yeah.
call it.
He's like,
Oh my
yeah.
god, he's
I
such
know
a
what you mean.
fucking annoying little dick. I
Um,
love him.
Jesus. He is a fucking spazoid, though.
Yeah, so for the first about I guess 10 minutes of this episode, Tanjiro has to deal with him just crying every other sentence and trying to hit on everyone.
Yeah.
Well, first off, he hits on that one girl for a while and then gets mad at Tanjiro when he tells him to lay the fuck off.
Yeah.
He doesn't accept "I have a fiance" as an answer, by the way.
No. He
Oh.
full on, like, everything about that whole sequence was amazing.
Um,
Because he gets the shit kicked out of him by the girl because she was nice to him one time, to which he then was like, "Marry me because you're nice to me and therefore you like me." And Tanjiro's face, I could feel on so many levels.
that
that look.
pout.
That look of just, oh my god,
Disgust.
he's retarded.
It's just utter disgust. Like, oh, I have to deal with this kid now.
Yeah.
But also apparently can talk to animals too. Tanjiro at least. Tanjiro can talk
Yeah,
to
Tanjiro
birds.
apparently is a Disney princess.
Yes. Very strange. He talked to the sparrow and then he uses the sparrow a bit later on. But yeah, the first 5 minutes we kind of deal with the girl and him. For the most part, it's literally just a joke. It doesn't really lead into anything. It's a introduction to what type of character we'll be dealing with for the rest of the show.
Hopefully not.
I hope
Hopefully he gets better.
I hope they tone down like how much of a spaz he is.
Yeah.
Because like in short bursts, I can kind of deal with it. I think it might be kind of funny. For extended periods of time, I will get annoyed with him.
I mean, hopefully the other, third of our trio, now that he has also arrived at the end.
Yeah, it creates a contrast where like it lets them play off each other a bit more.
Right.
I hope that does happen.
We'll see. I agree with you though. I hope he does tone down. It's
Because I
a
honestly
lot.
don't hate him as a character. As like the core of his character, I kind of like. He's just very timid. It's just kind of like a timid character. I think is okay. But just it's ramped up to 11, and that's when it gets annoying.
Yeah.
But they head off to their quest, where they come upon this mansion, and they see this young girl and this young guy who kind of like cuddle up together, and they're scared as shit. Like they are frightened. They have the 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
And
They
things
had
aren't
the
looking
classic
happy.
anime glassed eyeball look.
Where, yeah.
You knew it was bad.
So Tanjiro tries to calm them down to figure out what happened, and he uses the sparrow to kind of joke around with them, and then he's able to tease out some of the information from them that their brother was basically walking alongside them, and it got taken into the mansion.
Yes, by a
Something
demon.
by a demon, most likely.
Um,
If you had to guess, it was probably a demon.
yeah.
Uh,
And the whole time, Yellow Pikachu has been. So we also learn other things about our two characters. Where Tanjiro has super smell, Yellow Pikachu has, or Human Pikachu has super hearing.
No,
I guess.
Tanjiro has the super sniffer.
Yeah, Tanjiro has the super sniffer. Human Pikachu has the super sniffer. Jesus, I just realized that just occurred to me.
Pikachu has the super ears.
Yeah,
I don't know what we would call those. The
because he's been talking. He talked the whole time about like a scary noise or something coming from inside the house.
the drum. I forgot what they call it, but it's like it's that,
well, they bring it up at that moment. We also hear the audience finally hear the drum. I think it's a Tenko drum.
I don't know if that's what they called it, but like I don't know how to describe it. It's a Japanese drum. It has a very like distinct sound to it, where if you just hear it, you just think Japanese sound.
Yes.
But like it's just a drum. I think it might be a Tenko drum, like you said, but I don't remember. But it's got like that like very strange sound to it, and it is kind of haunting the way it kind of just has that rhythm to it.
Yes.
In the middle of all this, we also see someone jump out the fucking window and then just splash, and by splash I mean actually splash.
I don't know if he jumped out the window. I think he got fucking chucked out that window.
Possibly either chucked or jumped, because he does say that he finally escaped, which would lead me to believe that he jumped out or like.
It's true, but I feel like he comes out backwards.
This is also true. Whatever. something happens in that he is out of the window from the second story and then splashes onto the ground, and then just blood spurts everywhere.
The drum is called a Suzumi.
Suzumi. Okay.
There you go.
It's a Suzumi because there's a T in the middle, in the front. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yes. Cool.
It's I guess phonetically it would be a Suzumi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's that sort of like sound. That isn't really prevalent in English. But yeah, he splatters on the ground. It's one of those things. Splatters on the ground. Is basically dying. Tanjiro goes over to him and kind of asks him questions. He answers barely, and then dies.
Yeah.
But from here
then he kind of looks over at the kids and he's like, "Hey, so about your brother." And they're like, "Our brother was wearing a different color kimono." And Tanjiro's like, "Well, looks like we're going in the house."
Yep. To which Pikachu starts crying about and doesn't want to go in. And then he gets talked down by Tanjiro. Tanjiro basically looks at him with an angry eyes, and Pikachu just finally decides, to keep on going with him. So they get into the house. They start looking around, and this is when the sister.
Well, first off, Tanjiro drops off
the little box. The box with Nezuko on it. Which that's what causes the little girl and the guy and the older brother to go into the house with them because they're scared of the box.
Yes, because they hear scratching from inside the box.
Yes, to which Tanjiro says, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
Get back outside."
I told you to look after that box. It's my favorite
precious.
box.
It's my favorite box. That means two things.
Oh, that's his sister, dude. Come on.
That was a joke.
It's a fucked up joke.
It is a fucked up joke for a fucked up podcast. But we hear the drums again, and when we hear these drums again, we see that. Well, actually, they get split up first as they're walking around.
Because once again, human Pikachu is a spazoid,
and then bumps into Tanjiro and gets him into a different room. Which normally this wouldn't be an issue, right? Because they just walk into the other room.
He got bumped, 2 inches backwards. So realistically, not that big of a problem. Then we hear the drums.
We hear the drum, and then we get a really cool shot where they start basically teleporting in between rooms, where the backgrounds are changing, and they're kind of still, and it looks really cool.
It does, especially because the camera is spinning with it.
Yeah. So
you get a 360, it's not just some of the walls or something. You really get the full experience of the whole room is changing.
Yep. And that happens to both of them. But we see that, I guess, what we would consider, right now, as the big bad demon starts to walk towards Tanjiro's room, and he can smell that smelling smell of a demon that killed a bunch of people.
Yes.
He tells the little girl to go hide because shit's about to go down, and he doesn't really want her, getting blood splattered all over her. But we finally see the demon with glazed eyes. I would assume this demon is blind, and he uses the drums to echolocate because he's standing right in front of the doorway and he doesn't see Tanjiro. He's just kind of there.
He may also just not give a shit.
This is also very true. That's entirely possible. Because this entire time he's looking for someone, and this someone isn't Tanjiro.
Yeah. Because we also have Tanjiro, despite, all of his insistence of, don't say anything, go hide, I'm gonna attack this guy. He then declares his presence loudly and is like, "Have at thee, knave!
Fight me!" And the demon doesn't give a shit. And then we cut over to, God, what's the main character? What's that character's name? What's Pikachu's name? We should really figure out what it is.
Zen something.
Whatever.
Zenitsu?
Zenitsu? Oh, I think it's Zenitsu.
Okay.
Let's go Zenitsu. If it's not it, we'll just keep calling that for, just cause. Zenitsu also decides, to run away. Because he's a scared-ass little bitch. But they find out they can't run away, because, they're also now further inside the house, which is, a giant fucking maze. The older younger brother. The older younger brother.
Yes.
Basically, just tells off Zenitsu because he's being a little bitch, and he's like, "Nah, kid, you're being a fucking bitch. Don't fucking run away."
Yeah. You're wearing a fucking sword, jackhole. Use it.
You fucking do something with it. And he's like, eh. And then we see Boar Kid finally break down a doorway and just run
Well, no,
across.
first when they open up all the door to the front door and it's not the front door anymore, Zenitsu freaks out and he's like, "No, I'm just gonna open doors wildly." And then
Yeah,
he rips open a door and there's just a random kid standing in the middle with a boar hat on, and he's like, "Well, I am fucked."
yeah,
And that's when Boar Kid activates.
yeah. He just fucking runs. He runs straight. That man is on a mission.
Yeah.
We don't know what the mission is
Dude,
yet until the next scene, where his
and
mission.
I absolutely like the full arm motion, like the arm pumping motion of his running was incredible. You
Yes,
could tell how
yeah.
motivated that kid was to fuck some shit up.
Is he a kid? Because he has a very deep voice.
I mean,
At least I think
he's
it was a
not.
voice.
He's about as tall as, Zenitsu, who's about as tall as Tanjiro. So I assume they're all like the same age.
Yeah, but like I think height is kind of weird in this show. I think because like some of the older women look very short.
It's true.
Like the doctor lady, she like was as tall as Nezuko, and like I think Tanjiro was about as tall as a doctor too. So,
Very
like,
true.
Yeah,
Maybe
height's
you're
a little
right.
weird. The only people that are really old are like the super old people, like the fucking like Jiraiya Sensei, from the first couple episodes. He was kind of tall.
Yeah.
But like our first prodigy swordsman from the first episode, he wasn't actually that tall either. He was about the same height as Tanjiro. So heights are a little weird.
Yeah. Height's a little wonky. You're right.
But yeah, Boar Kid kind of sounds, he's like kind of has like angry kind of voice to him, and he just starts bumping away to go find something. We don't know what it is once again until the next scene where we find out that he really wants to fight the demon. Alongside this though, Tanjiro's trying to get the demon's attention. Or right as he's about to like slash the demon away, he hits his drum, which moves the room around. And around that time is when Boar Kid just slams through one of the paper walls and then comes in, and he has two swords, which they named the swords, but I forgot what
Yeah,
the names
they do.
were. But it's
The
like it's
Nichiren
serrated.
swords.
Nichirins,
Yeah.
yes, and they're serrated, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the Nichiren swords are the demon cutting or the demon killing swords, so he's definitely one of them.
Okay, but like it's just a special shape.
Yeah, he just has a weird shape, but like the Nichiren sword is just the metal they used was called Nichiren ore.
Oh,
I
okay,
remember
so
that.
for sure he is a demon hunter.
Yeah, he's definitely a demon hunter. He just has serrated blades for some reason.
Oh, why the fuck not? It looks fucking cool.
It does look cool.
But this also means that they aren't like just used up to all hell. They are actually, have the form to them.
Yeah.
So he might not like be older than them. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But like with the way he sounded kind of angry, I feel like he might also be the kid with the scar from that same exam. Maybe. But, like, I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if he ever takes off his boar head or his boar helmet.
Yeah.
Because he might be. But
What if he just has a boar head?
what if he just has a
What
boar
if it's
head?
just his head? Yeah.
I mean, they haven't yet introduced that as a concept, so I'd be surprised.
Or he's gonna do the thing that fucking.
Also, we've seen him talk, and his mouth hasn't opened. His boar mouth hasn't opened. So,
He could be talking telepathically, sir.
I mean, he could be, but they haven't yet demonstrated the boar thing is his actual face. So I'm gonna go with it's a mask.
But on top of this, like the whole mask thing might be the same thing as oh my god, Sixth Hokage. Who's the Sixth Hokage?
Fuck.
Oh my god, the teacher. Why can't I remember his name? He's so cool,
Fuck.
right?
Uh,
Oh my god, it's contagious.
oh my god.
Are we idiots?
I can see his face too.
It's so easy to see his face.
Yeah, I just can't think of his fucking name.
Why do I remember he's the Sixth Hokage, but not his fucking name?
I'm gonna look him up. You keep thinking.
No, don't look it up. We need to figure this out.
We're not gonna get it if we just do. Okay, I haven't looked it up yet. I just typed in Naruto, but I can't see it yet.
It's not Jiraiya.
No, it's definitely not Jiraiya.
Something Sensei. Something Sensei.
I can't even think of what letter it starts with.
Dude, right?
I want it to be a T, but I don't think that's right.
Oh my god, no, we have to look this up. We're
Oh
fucking
my
idiots.
god, we're so fucking dumb. I could see his face too, and that fucking scar and everything. I just can't think of his fucking name.
Oh my god, Kakashi. We're fucking idiots.
No.
That's what I was thinking of. Kakashi.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I was thinking of the seventh.
That's Naruto. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because fifth is what's your face?
Yeah,
The other one. But yeah, Kakashi, because he's got the mask on, and they try to figure out the mask is under the mask, and they don't.
yeah,
That might be the same thing with this one. They might be pulling the same gag.
yes. They might be. You're right.
What did I remember Kakashi's name? Kakashi's fucking cool. Whatever.
I don't know.
But yeah, that was the end of the episode where we finally get to see Boar Kid kind of do his pose, ready to fight. He might be the more like headstrong character who like just goes in, asks questions second, or doesn't ask questions at all.
I
Who knows?
really don't think he's gonna ask any questions.
Because I feel like he's gonna be the character that just always wants to fight, regardless of what happens.
Yes, he
That
is
might be
to
the
Demon
trope.
Slayer what Kyo is to Fruits Basket.
Exactly. Yep, that's a perfect analogy. But there's no Yuki.
No, there are demons though. The competition is who can die fastest,
Exactly. Or who can kill fastest among the three
who
of
can
them.
kill fastest. Yeah, a better way to put it.
So to your point from last episode about Pikachu doing the thing where he gets knocked out and becomes like God mode Pikachu,
Uh
I think that might happen, and I don't want it to happen
huh.
because he's way too much of a bitch right now.
Right. And he says, I can't fight, but we also know that he survived the mountain trial, so he's got to be able to do something.
Yeah, I'd really much rather him be like a reluctant hero type thing, but he's
Uh,
way too extreme for that, I think, right now.
yeah.
So I don't know what they're gonna do, but like,
He may balance out later into like I can channel it while I'm not, while I'm still awake, so I can fight somehow, but I think right now it's going to be, I have to pass out so that I can, do shit.
or like, yeah, some sort of thing like that. Which I still say, I hope it doesn't happen, but who knows? Not because I want you to be wrong, but because I don't really like that trope.
Yeah, I understand.
That happened a bunch when I was watching the Hitman Tutor Reborn, because that's literally the plot device.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, kid gets shot, he becomes God mode, whatever, and then just does a bunch of shit. He also just gets naked. That was a weird show.
Okay.
Once again, that was Demon Slayer. God, it's fucking awesome. Except for that one shot where they're like walking like on the banks of the rice paddies and it's all CGI. That looked a little jarring, at least to me.
Oh, I didn't notice, but I also wasn't really paying attention to some of the downtime scenes this time.
Yeah, because they were just walking. There was no reason to pay attention.
Yeah.
I don't even think they were talking. Or they may have
I
been.
don't think they were.
Yeah, Demon Slayer is still fucking awesome.
Basically, if at any point nothing is really happening visually and there is no talking, I tend to like get distracted and look away.
Nigga's a goldfish.
Absolutely.
And so on to our last show, our heart of ABC, a Fruits Basket.
Yep. Where, despite last episode being Valentine's Day, we've now skipped a month and it's White Day.
Yes. Although White Day is not really something Americans do.
It's true, it's not. But calendar-wise, it is exactly 1 month after Valentine's Day, so the timeline of this show is real weird sometimes.
I mean, like, they're just doing school shit during the time, I guess. Yeah.
It's true, they were, but it's just
Because also,
in every other show, like stuff is a lot more like tightly condensed.
yeah,
Whereas in this show, it's like, and then a month goes by.
because these past three episodes have these past three episodes have gone through 3 months. Because
Yeah.
there was New Year's, and then February, and then now March.
Yep.
So it's a rapid pace. I like it. We don't need to see all the bullshit in between.
Nope. We just got to get to the good times.
Where the good times of this one is where they go off to a hot spring. Right before this, though, you have a little story told by Bomaji.
Well,
About
first we have the tests.
the test. Yeah, whatever.
We have the tests, and we find out. Well, we find out that something is going on with Toru because she gets
Yes.
called aside by the teacher, and she has to apologize.
But we also know that Toru isn't a complete idiot. I guess thanks to Yuki, who kind of tutored her, so she did okay.
Yep.
To our surprise, black-haired girl, complete fucking idiot. By her own words.
Yeah. Her powers of wave deduction sort of balance out with her natural stupidity to make her a below average student.
I love the way she said it in the English dub. Logically speaking, I'm a fucking idiot. She said it so smartly too.
So
But
then we go off to Toru's work where we meet Momiji,
just
and
helping out.
yeah, he's helping out cleaning some stuff at his own office or his dad's office.
Yeah.
Um, but he basically the reason why we have this scene is because he announces that he's coming back home to Shigure's house with her because he has a present for her
Yes,
for White Day.
Day.
So they
Wait,
come back home.
I thought girls got shit on Valentine's and guys got things on White Day. I guess it might be. I guess it might
No,
depend
other
on
way around.
culture. Because I feel like that's what happened with Koreans.
In Japan, it is
The
girls
opposite.
give gifts to boys on on Valentine's Day.
and White Days.
Boys give gifts on White Day. Yeah,
Okay.
I only know that because of Girls
Anime.
Monthly, Nozaki-kun,
I guess
where that's like a big plot point.
I guess it's opposite in Korea because I feel like I remember reading something about how that is done.
Okay.
But anyways,
All right. Interesting.
possibly I might be getting it confused once again, where it's the same as Japan. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, they go back. They go back home where they're having a nice little stew for lunch or dinner. They're eating
Dinner.
and Mobichi's just talking to them about how he wants them all to go to the hot springs with him because it'll be fun to rest and relax for White Day.
Yep.
To which both Yuki and Kyo don't really want to go because it's owned by the Somas and
No, Yuki wants to go. Yuki's fine with it.
Yes, Yuki is fine with it.
Only
doesn't
Kyo
want
is
to
the
go.
one who's like, I'm not going to go because he's super tsundere 99% of the time.
Well, because one, he doesn't want to go with Yuki. Two, because he also shares my feelings that Mobichi's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So that whole thing's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But Toru is super receptive. She does want to go.
It's not that she doesn't want to go, it's she's just panicked about like it being such an expensive trip and what's she going to do and going without her mom and everything else. To which everybody else is like, it's not, an overseas
really
trip.
matter.
Going in state to like in whatever prefecture to a hot spring that we own, like not that much of a cost for you.
Yes.
But we find out in a second from Shigure what the actual problem is, which is that Toru, after all of her Valentine's Day buying gifts for people, has no money.
Yes, absolutely nothing.
Because she is a month behind on her deposits for the class trip, which is a concept that I never really considered. Like the class trip thing is just a thing in anime, but I never thought about like how does it get funded.
I guess
really
it's similar to
considered
what we have like as field trips, where you do have to like pay for it sometimes out of pocket.
It's true, but like we don't usually have like a monthly,
Yeah,
at least
'cause,
not in high school. We didn't have like a huge like every month you have to contribute money to your field trip fund.
because they go off to like some random they go basically out of state to like someplace cool and like get a hotel and shit. We go to the monuments.
Yeah,
Well, that is because we live like 20 minutes away.
we get on a school bus and go to the Smithsonian or something.
For the fifth time that year.
Yeah.
But
So
actually,
it's usually like a one-time, like, we're going on a field trip, so everybody kick in, whatever.
$1 for the fucking bus fare.
Yeah, basically.
But we did have that thing in senior year, Nick, where we were supposed to go to West Virginia to the observatory, and they fucking took it from us. Fucking asshats. Don't you remember that?
I don't.
We were supposed
But
to go to
I feel like you're right. I vaguely recall. Now that you mentioned it, I feel like you're right about that.
we were
That's
supposed to go to
starting
an
ring a bell.
observatory to look at the stars and like do some cool shit with them.
You're
And-
totally right. You're right.
And
Oh,
that
now I
fucking year,
remember.
our school was, no, we're not doing that anymore. You can't do it. There's not enough money or whatever.
Whatever.
And
Fucking despite the fact that our year raised as like our student council raised the most money like
we did?
ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Our student council president, who, by the way, hated me, he was like he fundraised like crazy, apparently.
He hated you? I thought he was kind of annoying.
Noah fucking hated me, apparently.
I didn't like Noah. He
I
was
didn't know.
actually-
I didn't know at the time. I only found out after the fact. But apparently, like, he didn't. It's not that he hated me. He just saw me as like his rival, essentially, like
Hey,
academically.
rival?
Basically, what it was. It was that scene where he was like, I feel bad
loathe
for
you.
you, and I'm like, I don't consider you at all.
But in that scene, he does care though. The entire point is like he's being very petty.
It's true.
But yeah, I
I
spoke
mean, I
to
actually
him
like
like
Noah.
maybe
Noah
once.
was a solid guy, in my
He
opinion.
was an okay guy. I was whatever. I didn't
I
really
mean,
think.
I had a lot of classes with him.
I didn't really think about him.
I actually, yeah, I spent a decent number. I had like 3 or 4 classes, both my junior and senior year with
Yeah,
Noah.
I had a
So I
couple
mean, I
classes with him too.
reasonably liked him.
But anyways,
Uh,
yeah,
anyways,
we were supposed to go to Cool Observatory, and then we didn't. Fuck high school.
fuck our high school.
Back to Fruits Basket. They finally, right, Toru goes off and takes a shower, takes a bath, whatever. And
Right.
this is when we get Mobichi's story. The fun story is from Germany,
Yeah,
where it's about a girl just getting abused, basically, or not abused, but
basically
like lied to,
lied to, taken advantage of
and
by
she's happy. And it's supposed to be
everybody and
funny.
everything.
It's supposed to be funny because we're supposed to think she's an idiot. It's fucking stupid. I hated that fucking story. It was so sad.
The story was so depressing.
I was like, what the fuck is this? This isn't a funny story.
And it gets to the end, and it's like, and the last demon takes her eyeballs, and he's like, here's a gift. And it's a piece of paper that she can't see with the word idiot written on it, and she cries because it's the first time she's ever received a gift. And you're like, everything about this is awful.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I wonder if it's a real story. Like an actual story from like German folklore or something. I'm gonna try to look this up later. But if it is, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd make sense if it was like a book of folk stories and not a book of like funny shit to tell your friends. There once was this girl, everyone took everything from her, and then she died. Everyone laugh!
Everyone laugh now.
Jesus Christ. Although, aside from that story being kind of sad, it looked fucking pretty. I love like the I guess you would call it kind of like construction paper type stuff, because it looked like it was like gift wrapped. The texture was like very gift wrappy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Type of material, and I like the way it moved. It was very nice. I really like those types of like interludes. I know Harry Potter had something like that. I think in the Deathly Hallows, where they talk about the three wizards.
The 3 brothers.
I loved that section. I thought it was beautiful. Same thing with this short story. It was really nice.
Right.
I liked it.
It was.
But that the end of that story kind of concludes kind of that part. Afterwards, both Kyo finally decides he'll go because he wants Toru to go and just relax. So they all decide to go, and that ends that first half. And the second half is them at the hot spring where they're just, kind of fucking around for a little bit, which is a bit of a lighter part. Where Kyo's being called a pervert because he doesn't want to sleep in the same room as the guys, so they assume he wants to sleep with Toru. And then Momiji wants to sleep with Toru, and then Toru's okay with it because Momiji, I think to her, is an elementary school kid.
Yep.
Which you find out he isn't.
We also find out that when given the impetus to, our landlady goes a little bit psycho and screams.
All the fucking time. She was kind of annoying.
Yeah, I didn't find her that bad.
But we also know that she's the mom of the monkey.
Yes.
Which we'll no doubt meet later on.
Undoubtedly.
But they relax in the hot spring. They have a little heart to heart. The guys just kind of are there. We don't really follow them too much.
We see them like twice.
Yeah, we see Momiji. I think in a scene that's supposed to be like her imagination, but probably is actually happening. Is he's just like doing laps around the hot spring.
Yep.
For the most part, it's her talking with Monkey's mom. We're just talking about a bunch of shit. I don't remember it. But basically,
they talk about like how the mom was surprised that there was an outsider who learned about the Soma secret.
Yeah.
But now that she'd met Toru, she was super grateful that like how good of a person she was, and it ends with the mom saying like, if you ever meet my son, please make friends with him as well. Also,
he's not a complete criminal.
Yeah.
Which
is weird because I don't remember him being a criminal, but I don't know. Maybe that's another thing I don't remember correctly. We'll find out.
Maybe it's something extra that happens later on. Who knows?
Yeah.
But we finally get to them playing ping pong for a little bit. Kyo does not know how to play ping pong because he's just hit as hard as can, and Yuki's just kind of done with him.
Yeah, Kyo is full power all the time, which is not great in ping pong.
Well, he can still be full power in ping pong too. Just angle it down a little bit.
Yeah, it's true, I guess. So after Kyo fails badly against Yuki, he plays Toru instead.
And Toru sucks.
Yeah, putting it mildly.
Full stop. She is not good. And
she swings about 3 full seconds too early, and then doesn't react as the ball goes by her. Turns around to look at it, and then reports back to Kyo I've missed.
That very great comedic timing there, actually.
It was
Um,
great. I liked it.
like that very like fast snap, with nice little dead space in it. But Yuki kind of covers his mouth a little bit and just walks outside,
Hmm.
because he finds this incredibly funny, as everyone else did. Toru goes out to go talk to him, and this is when he gives her a ribbon as the White Day gift, which is a nice little kind of, I don't know what style it is. It's just a ribbon. It's a very
Yeah.
nice, cute blue ribbon, and she puts it on, and that kind of ends the night. They go to sleep. Momiji's sleeping with Toru. They're all snuggled up in the little futon thing,
Mm.
and that ends their little trip. As they're waiting for the bus, that's when Toru finds out that Momiji is a freshman.
Yep. Going to
Uh,
high school next spring or whatever.
Basically a ninth grader in American terms.
10th grader.
Ninth grader, because he's going to 10th grade.
Oh, he is a ninth grader currently. Yes.
Yes. He's going into 10th grade in their high school, along with Haru.
Yeah.
And we
The
get,
cow.
yeah, the cow. And we got a nice little joke at the end where Shigure, being the absolute goon that he is, bought Toru a pink maid outfit
Yep.
for White Day, and Haru with the social commentary of "I hope you go to jail."
It was try not to get arrested.
Try not to get arrested. That's what it was.
I hope she wears this and calls me master.
You're
Haru
going to get
completed that plan.
arrested.
Try not to get arrested, there, Chief.
And ending.
So, in your opinion, currently in the standings of the Yuki v Toru, or Yuki v Kyo in the race for Toru's heart, who is going to win?
Yuki.
Okay. You think he's doing a better job of it?
Well, no. He saw her first, or she saw him first, and by
Uh-huh.
just trope standard, that usually means that the person they're going to choose.
Okay.
And,
All right.
And then part of like Kyo's thing is that he also kind of has to like accept emotions and not overreact, and that's probably
Uh-huh.
going to be part of his story as well. Is he gets rejected, and he has to learn how to deal with it.
Okay. All right. We'll check back in periodically as we go along to see how you're feeling at each step.
But also, Yuki gave her an actual gift.
It's true.
Kyo just kind
Kyo
of
just showed up.
Yeah, Kyo was just there. But
All
like,
right.
But like in terms of like the best guy, I don't know. I feel like they're on the same level for me, Kyo and Yuki.
Okay.
I'm not sure how to judge them. But yeah, but they're both solid dudes as I've seen so far. Yuki more so than Kyo, I think, right now, just because Kyo's a bit of a fucking spaz. A bit, no, it's a lot of a fucking spaz.
Right.
But we'll see what happens to them if calms the fuck down, or if Yuki decides not to be a wet rag.
And of all of the Soma family that you've met so far, who is your
Shigure.
favorite? Shigure. Okay.
100%.
You like
He's
Dark
about to do something
Shigure?
wicked. Yep. I can't wait till that wicked thing. He's playing chess, Nick, and I can't wait.
Okay.
Just like
Is he playing 2D chess or 3D chess?
he's up there playing 5D chess. He's like on that 500
Wow.
IQ shit.
Okay. You're really big on Shigure.
You reap
What D
you
chess
sow,
is
Akihito.
what D chess is Akito playing then?
Akito is on the ground and he can't reach the pieces. He's like, I fall and I can't get up.
I am sickly. Have mercy. Okay.
No. You reap what you sow, bitch. Get fucking ready. But yeah, like I just really like Shigure's kind of manipulative side. Just that grin he has is very great.
Okay.
Second place would be a tie between Kyo and Yuki.
Okay.
Oh wait, but there's Hattori. Hattori's also pretty cool. I love him too. Haru so far, I'm not very hot on Haru or Momiji.
Uh-huh.
And then Boar Girl she's only really been there for a couple jokes. I don't
Yeah.
think she's had her time to like shine yet. She has had her moments, but of all of them, I think she's the last, at least to me.
Okay. That's fair.
But I mean, overall, like I don't hate any of the characters. They're
Good.
all they're all pretty great. They're all very well written, and there's something to care about them. There's just something about all of them to care about. For Akihito, we haven't gotten into him or her enough yet, so I don't know how to feel
Mhm.
about them.
Yeah, we're still missing, I think, like half of the Zodiac and Akito and
Some
uh
other someone who like know about the thing.
yeah, some of the other like sideline somas, whatever you want to call them.
Oh, like Yuki's brother. Who's is he part of Zodiac?
Yeah,
Zodiac.
Yuki's
Okay.
brother is.
So we'll figure out about him as well later too.
Yeah. But I mean like just like the landlady where she's a soma but isn't one of the Zodiac. Like there's a
Yeah.
whole bunch of other supporting soma family that we will meet along the way.
Yeah, like their parents who aren't part of the Zodiac, and then their siblings who may or not be part of it
Right.
as well.
And Kyo's master who isn't part of the Zodiac,
Oh, okay.
and stuff like that. So I mean
All
there's
right.
a whole bunch of somas that we'll meet along the way.
Sure. Yep. I really like the show. It was confirmed that this show will be 63 episodes. I don't know if it's gonna go off like in a single like season type thing. Like if it's gonna be in a
Right.
row or if it's gonna be split up. We're still not sure about that.
For the sake of the animators, I hope it's split off.
Yeah, just give them a break.
Yeah, having to do 63 like straight would be rough.
Well, I mean, they're gonna be still doing stuff anyways, so
It's true, but I don't know.
yeah, there might be like, some sort of refractory period that they need. But it's the anime industry, so they're not gonna get it.
I feel bad enough that like,
They get treated like absolute garbage.
yeah, I want to like have the like, I want to be able to convince myself like they're not treated like absolute garbage. They get some, go home time or something.
I can still enjoy this show knowing that this was basically made by slaves.
Right. I want
Yeah,
plausible deniability.
it is rough. But this is one of the shows I probably buy the Blu-rays for, because I do have the Full Alchemist Blu-rays, which I like, and this show looks nice enough that I would like to have it. It's also a good enough show. Not even good enough. It's just a great show all around.
Yeah.
And I hope it doesn't like go down in quality, which I doubt it will. Just because I guess from what I've seen so far, like nothing has like made it seem like it's going to drop in quality.
I'd be surprised if it,
If it did.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the studio that's doing it like understands how passionate its fan base is. Like the fan base for Fruits Basket is pretty much already existing. Like they're not trying to, or it doesn't. I don't think they need to try and bring in new fans. There is enough pre-existing like Fruits Basket fans from the original anime that they can kind of just capitalize on. That I feel like they're doing the show more as like a
It's just a Alchemist Brotherhood thing again.
yeah,
They want to
basically
do the full thing.
right. They want to do the full thing and they want to do it right
Mm-hmm.
because this is going to be the full thing.
This is going to be the entire manga being adapted.
Like it's not 2001 where it was, we started something and maybe we'll come back to it. We're absolutely doing the full thing. Let's do it right.
I won't say do it right, but like do it according to the manga. Because like even then, from what I hear of like the 2001 show, it was still a great show.
Yeah,
Just like
it was.
Wasn't what the author had planned out for.
Yeah,
But like the average age for I guess people who really like Fruits Basket is probably like mid-30s now. Because it's been 18 years.
yeah, you're probably right.
So yeah, it's fucking crazy. But yeah, I love the show. All right,
It's
Nick.
great.
What would you like to sell out to today?
I am going to sell out to the Indian epic, and yes, I'm going to call it that.
Technically, it would be an epic.
I think it would. It is 2 movies. It's called Bahubali. It is absolutely incredible. It is stupid, dumb action done completely seriously, and at the same time not taking itself seriously in any way. Because
So go ahead.
everything about the show is like we're going to do it up to 11, but we're going to do it to 11 on purpose. Like our character is going to be stupidly strong and do all sorts of weird shit, and people are all going to be like every time he does anything physically amazing, people are all going to, oh my god, how is he doing it, like freak out. It's incredible. I love it. But it's 2 movies. It's apparently based on like some sort of Indian folktale. So it has some, backstory to it, but it is incredible, and it's available on Netflix for those of you that have it, and I would recommend that people watch it. It's also available in like 19 different languages because holy fuck did they record it in every language imaginable.
I mean, wait, what 19 languages? Because I know there's like a lot of languages like in the India region. They
It's
could probably want.
done originally in two different dialects in Indian, but then was re-recorded and
So redubbed. Okay.
yeah, redone in another Indian dialect, and then is also done in like English and Russian and Chinese and a whole bunch of other like different dubs, which is astounding to me.
Okay. Cool.
So, whatever language you speak, there's a pretty decent chance that they've done a dub of it in your language. So, give it a chance. I adore it.
All right. Uh, I would like to sell out to our Argentina, which, by the way, should just be Argentina, but I don't know why they decided not to do that.
Hmm.
Because recently, in global news, Uruguay and Argentina recently had a massive power failure where over 50 million people were out without power. Like I think from like 7 a.m. this morning to like I don't know when, I don't even know if it got restored yet, but like 50 million people out of power. And then our Argentina became just a massive beam ground, just covering what was going on with the outage,
Damn.
and it was just funny. I enjoyed reading it this morning. So shout outs to them.
Hopefully they get power back soon.
I think they did get it back, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
There were multiple threads about like, hey, let's just make up wild theories about why it's happening. And like, there's this one dude who was like calling people over to come to his house so they could like spoon together during the apocalypse. There's a bunch of shit like this. I love them.
Oh my god.
It was all in Spanish, so you know you need to speak Spanish if you want to read what
Right,
they said.
yeah.
And every once in a while, they have like a bunch of weeb shit on there.
Even our Argentina is not fucking safe from that shit.
I could probably find some, but yeah, they've had multiple ones like One Punch Man. I think they had one with like fucking Shield Hero. They like reference a couple of anime.
Unsurprisingly, in the sequence of sports Reddits that I browse, NFL is more or less exempt from it to a certain or to a greater or lesser extent, but just because there's only one football anime and it's not that good. Uh, but our NBA
Oh yeah,
brings up Kuroko or Slam Dunk constantly.
they also like from what I saw like of the few reads I read, like they also like brought up a bunch of other like anime too
Yeah,
from old
the
places.
nephews on our NBA can be weeby at times.
Nephews, is that what they're called?
Yeah, the nephews. Um, but they really like their anime.
Yeah, there are definitely a couple of like subreddits that like intersect with like our anime memes that you wouldn't think would intersect, and it's really funny when like it shows itself.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh hey, I'm part of this culture too.
Yeah, I get this joke.
I get this joke. It's fucking stupid. But anyways, yeah. Thanks for listening to episode 65 of. Oh my god, ABC. Helms calls
ABC.
our anime.
I was wondering what you were stopping for, and I was like, he couldn't possibly have forgotten APC, right?
It's written right here on my notepad too. It says
It's also
ABC
the first three letters of
65.
the alphabet.
Shut the fuck up. It's also the name of Google's corporation.
It's also the name of a Jackson 5 song.
A B C 1 2 3. He went on to do terrible things. Well, that's the end of this episode.
Wow. And on
sad
that
note-
note, I'm Nick,
And I'm Brandon.
and this has been an episode in which we talk about funny stories.
Funny stories. Yep, funny stories.